We're putting the Solex on the greenhouse. So we're taking off the old covering, we're putting the new one on. This is how we do it. So today is the day that we replace the covering on the greenhouse with the Solex covering, which is right here. So Esther's been loosening some things along the edge. And the guys are, I'm not sure what they're doing. I wonder if I can show you this. Yeah, let's look at this. You get an idea of what Solex is. So you can see there the space. Hi! Oh, I'm gonna get her while she's up on there. But that space creates a layer of insulation. Tell us what you're doing up there, Esther. You're taking off the poly lock?
What?
You're taking off the poly lock?
Yep.
What's the matter with you?
I'm being attacked by wasps.
Oh no! Well, don't wave too ferociously.
I've only got stung 3 times so far.
Have you gotten stung for reals? I'm sorry. Hey Jared.
How are you, Bernie?
I'm doing good.
Good to hear.
William, Esther's getting attacked by wasps.
Oh, you better get down from there, girl. That's not a good thing. We can get it. We can get it with the deal. Let's spray those things.
Let's spray them first. How many times have they got you?
Like 2 times.
Yeah, come on down. They'll just keep coming after you. I mean, it's wonderful dedication on your part.
Yeah. You're making me nervous.
They're gonna swarm you. That would be awful. No,
Poor Esther.
before they all attack you at once.
I know, they're like surrounding me.
So get down. You gotta go get something. The pennies to put on her hands now that it's done.
A little bit of baking soda would be good.
Look for your finger. You gotta let the car be swelling up.
Go soak it. Go soak it and put some lavender on it. And probably some Cherry Shield, even though it's after the fact.
It'll be okay. It's so close.
Where are all the nests?
Apparently they've got a nest right. Oh yeah, the nest is right up there. I can see it. So William has proclaimed that plantain is the best thing for Esther's stung fingers. So he's helping her grab some and we'll make up a little poultice for her. So Esther has some plantain on her fingers because William told her that was going to be the best bet for her.
Green.
It's looking good. Jared rented a nice big boom truck today so we could do this. So this is a bottom guide. I think they're making channels. It's a little bit different than the poly lock.
Yeah, this goes on that. It's gonna go right there.
Cool. You can see where he's cut it to make room for those support bars right there.
work, Bill?
I think so, yeah.
Will it sit right against that?
Just like that.
Nice.
Well, somebody should get in a bee suit and then they can do it.
Did they get you too?
No. They didn't get me.
Thankfully. Good.
But they definitely will get whoever goes up there that wants to do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Where the snow will come off. And then we can still hook our little roll into here. Down, down. Step on the strawberries.
We'll have to make a few strawberry sacrifices to get this done.
Probably so, huh?
Well, you know, she survived a lot of windstorms. I'm pretty impressed with that plastic. I'm glad we're getting the Solexx on, but I'm impressed with how well she did given the hurricane level winds that come through here.
Right, yeah. Okay, now that's... Don't show them agri welds, Bernie.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
embarrassing. I'm just
oh, well, you had to adjust it halfway through. It's the first one. So tell me a little bit about the process. Give me some background for the people watching this today on what the goal is.
We want a rigid covering that's going to last 20, 30, 40 years. And the best covering we could research and find is called Solexx. And there's other rigid coverings, but we here live in a high wind area, and so what we needed was one that won't flap in the wind. Flapping in the wind is a problem because then it wears and it tears. So we went with Solexx, and so I can show you the Solexx. It's right here.
Let's go see it. I showed a little bit earlier, but I'd like a more professional description.
So here it is. It comes in a roll, but it's rigid. I'm gonna stand in the shade because it's
Do it.
a zillion degrees out here. So it's if you can get a close-up right here. So it's this double wall, but compared to my hand, you can kind of see how big it is here.
Yep.
So it's pretty tough stuff. Pretty good, you know. So it is bendy.
So you can
but
fit it to
but
the
it's
greenhouse.
but it's not like plastic.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna put this on there, and we'll see if it'll last for 50 years. It's a new product. They've only been manufacturing this for 20 to 25 years, something in that range. And the ones that they built 25 years ago are just as good as the ones today. If you do buy this, this it has that double wall in it, and so bugs and dirt can fill that up. So when you install this, you want to put a caulking in here, silicone. So you want to fill that up to keep it clean.
So you don't have a hornet's nest to try to clean out later.
Then we just take a screw and we put a self-tapping screw through this directly into the steel frame.
Nice.
So that's how we're doing this.
I'm excited to see it on.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how it performs in a windstorm.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get to figure that out before too long.
Might be scary.
Windstorms being what they are in Clover Valley, frequent and intense.
So we're just taking stuff apart. We're taking the old covering off. We're welding on a new piece of steel on the bottom so that this will attach to it. And then that's the only thing we'll have to add to this frame in order to do that.
Out of curiosity, will you reuse this plastic here for something else?
Yes, I will. I'm going to use that for the roll-up sides.
Awesome.
They'll only last 5, 6, 7 years or whatever.
Right.
And so we'll just keep this in the shed, and when we need a new piece, we'll cut a new piece off, and so that's what we'll have for that.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I'll keep filming a little bit throughout the day. It's going to take most of the day to do it, I imagine. So
it'll take a week.
It'll take a week.
To do this.
I was thinking positive about the day.
Yeah, you can do it again. Here you go, Michelle. Do it again. All right, now roll it out.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Hey, Emma. Doing good. Oh.
Good morning. Here we are putting Solexx on the greenhouse, and we're in the installation project. We're in the
Blooper reel.
Good morning. We're putting. Get somebody else.
Okay.
Good morning. It's the middle of July, and we are putting Solexx roofing on our solar greenhouse. You can see it in the background. We are in the installation process right now, and so what we have are the rolls of Solexx, and it comes in a big roll. I don't know if it's rigid or if it's semi-rigid, but I don't even care. But what we do is we unroll this and we measure it, we cut it to fit the greenhouse, and then we take the big sheets. Here are some sheets that are already cut right here. So 3 or 4 people grab onto this, and we take it over and we push it over the top of the greenhouse. And then we've got people on the greenhouse to screw it in place. And so we are going to show you the process of how that works. And we're going to start with the roll of unrolling it out and measuring it and cutting it off. So here we go. All righty.
You're going to flatten it to get a accurate measurement.
Okay, so come over here, I'll show you what I've done. It's 34 feet, 4 inches is how big the greenhouse is. We're going a little bit bigger than that, but I'll show you a little tip to make this easier. So 34.4 is right here, I just took the marker and I marked the tape right there so you can see where it's blue. I'm going 2.5 inches longer so that it's easier to install. So I just make a mark here. Make sure that it's nice and flat and straight all the way down so it's accurate. Put my square on here. Hold the square so it won't move. Get a longer square, this is the way farmers do it. And then we get our hook-bladed knife because we can. We actually have a normal utility knife. This is what most people use right here, but I'm proud of my hook-bladed knife. This one does work better because it's thinner, so it's easier to cut it. And so this stuff is pretty rigid and tough, but it cuts with a razor real easy. Watch this. So there we go. Now I will show you what this looks like on the inside. So it's pretty thin here, but this inside is hollow, so it's a double wall, and that gives you an R factor. I don't know what the R factor is, but it does have a dead air space. Now this is Solexx, S-O-L-E-X-X, and it's been around for about 25, 26 years. So it's a new invention. That's pretty new in the world of inventions. And the greenhouses that they built 25, 26 years ago, the very first ones, this stuff still looks like new. It's not degrading, it doesn't yellow, it doesn't go filmy weird like a lot of the plexiglasses and things do. So let's go over and take a look at the greenhouse, and I'll show you how we install it over there.
Can you put water inside the greenhouse? This garden,
Okay, I just want to point something out here. When it comes from the factory, it's not square. This is the factory cut right here from the factory. So they just kind of do a chop and slash when it comes. So if you have a greenhouse that's absolutely square and precise, you can measure this so it fits perfectly. Our greenhouse is not square or precise. When you look up the edge of this greenhouse, it kind of does this action. So we're not super concerned about it being perfect. So on most of these, we're cutting them pretty close so that it fit. But we haven't installed this bottom part yet, so we can still lift this up and show you. So we just have this piece of 2-inch angle iron here, and on the wall we have our poly-lock system where our wiggle wire will go in to hold the roll-up plastic in place. But for now, this Solex piece comes down onto here. We will put a bead of caulking on here like this, And then we'll put this down, and then we will screw into here. And we're supposed to screw these in. This, they said to put it in every 18 inches. We're doing more like every 12 because we wanted more screws in it than 18 inches. I felt like it would be a little bit stronger.
Especially with our winds.
We have high winds, so that's the main reason why. So on the end pieces, right here, we want to get the caulking gun right there. Oh, we're caulking the edges of this. I'm not actually doing it right now because we already did it. So this is filled with caulking right here. The way you would do that is you just put this against here so that the open hole right there is going into those open holes. And so we would just caulk in there so that the caulking goes up inside here. If you look right here, real close right there, you can see the line where the caulking is in there.
Oh yeah, you can. Goes up about quarter to half inch.
About a quarter of an inch right in there. So once we get this installed, then we'll be ready to go.
Awesome.
I'm hurrying, guys.
You're okay. Hold on a minute. We'll let him lift that up. Hannah.
Stay here.
You can just walk right up the grass, right against the greenhouse. Okay, go down there and help her slide it on. Pull it tight, Hannah. Okay, stop for 1 second.
So would you say this is harder or easier than the plastic we normally install? It takes longer, obviously.
I don't know. It's gonna be better. Okay, push.
Easier isn't the major concern. Better. Better for growing is the major concern.
So these sheets are 50 inches wide. Our rafters are centered on 4 feet. The manufacturer said you should have it every 2 feet. So we didn't think this would work, but when I called him and talked to him, he said, oh, it'll work fine. But they had some cool videos online too about they were just getting bags of fertilizer because it was heavy, and they had a 4 foot by 4 foot section that had screwed in, and then they put on like over 2,000 pounds of fertilizer on it. This stuff held.
That's amazing.
So we're not going to have 2,000 pounds of snow on top of a 4 foot by 4 foot section. That snow would have to be, I don't know how tall, but really tall. We would never have that much, so it should work just fine.
So he'll screw it in and then caulk that side, correct?
Yeah, we put a bead of caulk between the two pieces. So there's one piece on there, the other piece overlaps it. We put a bead of caulking down, and then we're screwing it in every 12 inches.
So it's kind of layered like almost like lap siding, just a little bit of an overlay.
Yeah, or shingles. Get a
or
close
shingles,
up
yeah.
of that flower.
Oh, look at that.
See the flower this morning, Michelle?
We love cactus blooms.
Maybe let's just do.
All right. Anything else?
No, this is pretty much how we do it. Just
All
make
right.
sure you caulk your ends, caulk it in between, screw it on good.
I know you already explained that, but you caulk the ends so that you avoid dirt and bugs.
Yeah, because it would fill up with dust inside between the two walls.
And that would diminish your
And then the light wouldn't go through.
light
and that
penetration,
would be
yeah.
bad.
All right. Carry on.
That's it. Hopefully this helps you to have a greenhouse.
There's the view from inside with the new covering.
Okay, the Solexx covering is all installed and it's complete on the greenhouse. And so that's an exciting thing. We're gonna have to just put the roll-up coverings back on, but I'm gonna wait till fall to do that because they're all gonna be completely opened anyway. And so we have 3 sides open now to the outside where the plastic's not on. And we will just put that on at our leisure as we need the roll-up sides this fall when we start getting cold nights. But it's all installed and it's finished, and hopefully this video has helped you to see how we installed our Solexx.
Shot of the greenhouse and the house.
Too bad you're right in front of the oats. You're still in front of the oats.
Get a picture of that factory.
I'm just taking a long video. The patch garden, that's a fun site. There we have
Going down.
the rye and the cover crop in between.
Halfway as high as it goes. Some will extend
Oh man.
halfway.
This is only halfway up. This skylift is meant for the cleaning of windows of large buildings.
So, I'm only halfway up. I ain't going no higher. I'm scared. I'm normally not scared of heights, but this ain't natural.
Feels like
feels like just a giant truck. And you could ride a long way in this pretty comfortably.